right. Emergency fucking meeting, gang. Emergency meeting. Now, as we can see, gold has done a generational run. Ah, shit, you guys can't hear me properly. Will it hear me nicely? But as you can see, gold has done a generational run. And honestly, like, to be fair, this is insane. Like, this is insane. So we seen when we had this huge back and forth for like a few months after gold did a nasty run. But, oh yes, from here, after gold did that nasty run, we see we had that back and forth for a while. Then after the breakout, this just went crazy, gang. And like, the real breakout was actually here, but you know, for us, I'd always verify it after the highest point has been met. But look at that, man. This has been nasty from a broke. Well, when I say nasty, I mean good. And my doggo here. But man, this is insane, right? And right now I'm currently waiting for the rain to stop so that I could take my dogs for a walk and go hit the gym. But I wanted to break this down, and I feel like I need to actually share this link. So forgive me if you are already watching. I'll just pause it real quick to share this on my YouTube, I mean Instagram, my apologies, restream.io. All right, so it says no one is watching Mr. Kill the Markets. And that is okay. Damn, I have a 4K camera, but it's not showing 4K on YouTube. I don't know why. It's okay. Damn, I have a 4K camera, but it's not showing 4K on YouTube. I don't know why. Actually looks so much smaller right now. That's crazy. Let me get this stream rolling.
Dr. Vegapunk's plan was
Get a stream rolling, then I'm gonna be right back. So let's do this starting soon.
You got Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushing to yet another record high, this time near $95,000 as Wall Street launches more ways to bet on Bitcoin.
keep this straightforward. So, back again. Focus today is honestly just deciphering what the fuck is going on with gold. How can we capitalize on these moves? If you was here when I first started the stream like an hour ago or 30 minutes ago, you'd have seen my chart markup. I can actually put it back real quick actually as well. Let me just check this message real quick. Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. All right, so let's just go back. There we go. So this was my old markup, like I basically broke down. We could see what gold broke out of our consolidation here. What we have was basically our accumulation, what was going on, and it was on a run ever since, right? Cool. Now, damn, we can't do the back like how it was before. Damn, I was trying to delete everything, but all good. I don't want my indicators on. I'm gonna mark this up. Now that we're done with that whole, you know, majaga we have going on, we need to look at what is actually happening right now, right? Can gold pull back again at 3,800? We see it did it yesterday. It did a full 3,800 pullback and shot back up, and it broke its previous high, and we almost had 3,900 today. We missed it by 50 pips, but did a pullback, and we can obviously expect the pullback once again to propel us if we take out our Fibonacci tool, because we already had our resistance here. We can expect it probably to pull back. I said 38.50 in my group actually. 38.45 to 38.33. Potentially it is 1:50 p.m. I'm not going to enter a trade. It means it's 2:50 p.m. New York time. Market almost closed, so we're not going to be entering any trade. But how can we potentially look for a direction on where to enter with gold? Where is gold headed? Can gold break another all-time high, or can we now see a drastic pullback to 3,500 or 3,700 or 3,600? Can we see 2,000 pip pullback after this full long run? Pause. Today was Wednesday, which is basically mid-week reversals. It had the reversal before Wednesday, which was yesterday and Tuesday, and we see gold did a run today. So what is that telling us? We can see the trend is so strong, it's continuing. I'm speaking in the most basic terms. Everyone should understand this, but we can see now where the trend is continuing on an extremely bullish run. Okay, now moving aside or moving along, however you say it correctly, we can now take a look at what we see happening with gold is that it's currently doing a pullback, right? We had it hit another all-time high this morning, 38.95. God damn, I was sure I caught all that. My bot caught the trade just for proof purposes. I don't like people to feel like I'm yapping. So we could see opening up MT5. My screen isn't sharing, my apologies. So you can see it right here. This is the trade my bot took. See, this is not a screenshot. You can see. Ah, shit, you can't see clearly. However that works. But we caught 14,000 a day. Well, technically only earned 7,000 from it because it is my investors account where I manage capital for people. But we still caught all those pips regardless with the bot. Now, have I placed a trade manually for the last 2 weeks? I'm going to be honest, I have not placed a trade manually, or at least mark up my chart, just for the main reason that I've been focusing on the bots and indicators, but the strategy is still the same. Let's now mark this up together to see what we can look for a potential position on the chart for tonight when it comes gold, because I'm not going to enter any trades right now. I do plan to enter during Asian session. I'm going to hit the gym after this. So I should be back home by time 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock happens, maybe around 8 p.m. I'll enter anyway. So first thing we want to do is we want to get you don't even make sense going to the higher time frame, because what are you gonna back test at, right? Like, come on. Wait, why isn't my shit all the way back? I have premium. All right, cool. I'm not mad. But yeah, so as we can see, 100%, as we can see, there's nothing here to look at past data for, right? So what we will be doing is you'll just be going to the lower time frame. No need to do all the roo. But as we seen earlier today, gold actually pulled back to 3800, which was within this area here. But look at this huge spike though to the downside. Like no real volume is in this candle, basically, we could see, and this was the body of it, right? So on our Fibonacci, we saw it was telling us 38.33 to 38.45. We can expect a pullback within that zone. So right here, I'm on a 12-hour time frame as well. My apologies, but damn, I can't even see the chat actually. So I don't know if someone's talking or is there any questions. Let's just double check this shit real quick. Yo, this is so cool. I love my new setup. All right, sweet. So what we're going to do is we have this mark off already. What we now want to do is go down to a lower time frame, like the 4-hour time frame. And as you already seen, we already did our Fibonacci tool earlier inside this stream. Why isn't that loading? And you can see it was within its zone. So this, our area right here is 88.35. Wow, it is actually perfect and it lines up perfectly. That'll be my basically stop loss for gold. You got to give it some breathing room, to be honest. Let's do option R. There we go. Sweet. Now what we want to do is go to our 1-hour time frame and just take a deeper look so we could see it did broke our support. It basically was a new resistance. It came under it, and I'm trying to break this down for you guys as clean and briefly as possible because I do want to go to the gym. Wow. So, okay. That was actually a very clean area for our stop loss. Okay, nice, yeah. So now when it comes to you're using 12-hour for half day overview for fib pulling back. Yes, sir. Got my boy Platinum on. So yeah, I'm using a 12-hour because you can't really use a daily. It don't make sense using a daily time frame with gold. Ain't nothing really there to see beside this one big candle. So because we want to see the day broken in half, I would use a 12-hour basically because it's an all-time high. Now, normally as well, I would use a 6-hour, but right now it's just not enough data. So I just use a 12-hour, then I just go down to the 4-hour one time to break this down even more. So with gold as well, one of the main things we got to pay attention to is it normally does a pullback to 33.30 or 33. Wait, hold on, to 3 or 7. So the reason why I said 38.33 by accident because we're entering at 38.35. So we could see those slight pullback to 38.33 or even near to 38.27. If it does break 38.25, which is the numbers we already went over, and we could see as well, we have proof in the past where it has been obviously rejected multiple times, that we can potentially see gold come back down to 3,800. It might play in a zone for the week after this huge run it did, right? But Friday is NFP. So I don't know what the news will bring on Friday. There are those things that we have to look for. I don't know if we could expect any more crazy volatility than what gold is already doing, but I do foresee a push to 3,900 as I do think, well, based off my analysis, I'm not going to say what I think, but based off my analysis, I do basically believe that we can see 4,000 be met in the month of October. Like 4,000 is highly achievable, highly achievable. Most people are saying we can see the year end at 5,000 for the price of gold. Most of the analysis on Investing Live and all these other places, but I don't know, 5,000 is very achievable. But if it is, and they're saying it, then 4,000 has to be met inside October, because we have November and December left, right? And as everyone knows, in December, the market does slow down. We do obviously see volatility in other certain pairs, but this year is different. So I don't know, the market could just take a break during Christmas and then go crazy again. But normally in December, gold does slow down, or it's in a choppy environment, right? So it might be moving, but it's in an accumulation environment, or state, as we would use as professional. Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Why are niggas commenting this on my Twitch? Why would I want to buy fake viewers? What are fake views going to do? Doesn't get me money. The fuck? Let me block these people. Add to block list and restream chat. Yes, there we go. I can actually embed this? What the fuck? Okay, no. So, another thing that we have to pay attention to when it comes to gold is that normally it would do a fake out during Asian session. But gold has been on such an indecisive move. We can see gold just run during Asian session, run during London, maybe accumulate in the beginning of New York, and then during 10 a.m., run again. Or it can do the fake out during Asian and then do the other cycle of London and New York doing a run. So, it's so much of a hit and miss now with gold. It's not following any of the old rules. So what we always do is we give our trades a little bit of breathing room. Plus, we don't use that much of a risk, right? Now, one of my most favorite tools when it comes to... Wait, why did I get in a 50-minute time frame? What the fuck? All right, cool. One of my favorite tools when it comes to basically helping me with my risk to reward ratio when it comes to trading gold. I don't have the tool favorited, but you can actually... Oh, hold on. What the hell? So I haven't used this tool in like a month just because I didn't need to. Gold was just moving so fast. But here we go, price range. Oh, I do have it favorited. Okay, cool. So what I would do is, let's just say I want my entry to be here at 38.35. This allows me to see how much pips it is without having to use this whole short and long tool. And let's just keep it straight clean, right? And if I'm doing if I'm doing another position, as you know, this right here, 38.35 to 34,000 is just a trade idea. It doesn't tell you how much positions to put. So if I'm taking another position based off of my trade idea, I might just use this tool. So I know, okay, this is the target I'm aiming for within this trade idea. So this is pretty cool. This helps me as well to understand how much pips I'm aiming for, how much whatever the case may be. And how you would decipher it is you see these first three numbers. That is what you would look at, not these four. So this would be 339 pips from the entry, basically. And just to show you the accuracy so you understand, 38.35. If we go to 30.40, should be about, here we go, 50 pips. So you would see it's just these first two numbers, okay? Never the last number you pay attention to. This is a tool I like to use. Some people, they do use the projection tool. I personally never use this. I guess you go watch a YouTube video to understand how the fuck to use this tool. I don't use it. I never use it in my life, but some people use this as well to help with gold. I don't. But this is my analysis based off of where we can expect gold to be. Now, like I said, we don't want to rush our entry. One of the main things we want to pay attention for, if gold does break above 38.80, then yes, we should be looking for a buy. Where's 38.80? Right here. This was our last key level, I think, on a 4 hour. Let me just double check. Why did we have 38.80? Why do we have 38.80? Okay, probably it's 38.75. My apologies. So if it does break above 38.75, which is this area right here, then we should be looking for some longs, obviously, to take place. We don't need this fib anymore, but we should be looking for you know, some longs to take place, and you wouldn't enter obviously as soon as it breaks out. You'd enter on, let's put this here. Oops, I can't see the chat anymore. What the fuck? We'd be entering at on the re-entry. So price comes out, it breaks here. If it doesn't, then remember, like I said, gold always does a pullback to the numbers 3 and 7. So it'd be 30, 38, 83. We'd be looking for an entry rate. 75, right? Yes. So what we'd be doing is, sorry, I don't know, I still have the 80 number baked into my head. What the fuck? But if it does break, when it does break 38.75, you would wait. This is assuming the 38.35 isn't met, okay? Or if you already entered at 30.35, you'd look for another position at this level when I'm breaking down. So once it breaks this, you'd wait for it to come back to 38.73, because you would see it come back and you would go up. Or if it is on a fucking run again, you enter 38.37, and you just put your stop loss at 38.73, okay? But you want to make sure those numbers are broken first before you do this, okay? This is called the breakout and the retest strategy, okay? Now, well, for gold at least, it applies differently for everything. Now, as we can see, obviously, for those that do like to do chart patterns and candlestick patterns on a 50-minute time frame, we can obviously see we are in a, I'm gonna mark it up actually so you can see it better. The longer you trade, the more you just notice these things off the bat. But I'm gonna draw it so everyone can physically see what I'm talking about. I don't know how much people are viewing right now, but as we can see, we do have a bullish pendant going on, okay? This is one of the most common chart patterns. Obviously, you don't just go based off of this, but you go based on the confluence. We could all see what's happening. We have the flagpole here. Obviously, it's not gonna be clean. Nothing is ever gonna be clean like a straight line, but we have the flagpole here, and then we can see the bullish pendant, okay? So all of this is just straightforward of a confirmation, but I don't like all these shit on my chart, so I always take that off. But this is the 50-minute time frame, okay? We want to use our analysis based off of the 4-hour time frame. So based on the 4-hour time frame, as we can see, we had our entry levels right here. Now, obviously right here we see we had a lot of rejections taking place with gold. From the downside, we can see gold has been trying to break, obviously, since it did the full recovery from it, did the full pullback. Did obviously a rejection here, trying to come back down, came back up, rejection, rejection. Then now it's in this area again. It looked like it rejected, but it is 206. It's like 306 basically on NY time. But you know, you wait for this, right? Like, don't try to rush. It is. You see the time, okay? Now, if anyone is talking in the chat, I cannot see it. Where's my water? It's like 306 basically. Damn, am I even following? Let's give you a follow, bro. There we go. It's my boy. That is my boy. But we're gonna wait for an entry around this level. Let's actually just put an alert there. 38, 35, which is buy limit. But shit, I should just remove all these ones. I don't like keeping all this shit. Get rid of all this. Like my shit clean, man. You know what I'm saying? So right here as well, this would be the stop loss, which would be 38. Now, do not put this buy limit in yet, okay? You see what time it is. Honestly, I'm gonna wait until Asian session to place this trade. So do not place this yet. This is just me putting this in, as I could be in a gym at 6 p.m. when the alert just goes off at 38.35, and I want to know, okay, this is my entry, all right? I'm not gonna put a TP, just these areas I want right here. But if you are looking for the take profit levels, once you enter this area, these are the most easiest ways to identify your TP levels. Is first understand your risk, and you want to understand your R to R, your risk to reward, or we could do it in multiples, right? So for example, if you are aiming for a 1-to-1, you go based off of your stop loss. Okay, so if your stop loss is 80 pips, your 1-to-1 would be 80 pips. Your 1-to-2 would be 8 times 8, which is 160. In this case, fuck it, I'm not that good with math. I mean, sometimes with trading, yes, but it would be 160 pips, okay? 8 times 3. You add the 80 onto the 60, which would leave about what? That was 4 extra. So that'd be 240, 220, whatever that is. So this for you guys to understand, that's how you would know what your TP levels is basically, okay? So you do it in these numbers and in the percentages, and it helps you better, okay? So if you're aiming for, let's just say, on this trade, I would be risking a 0.5% on basically most of my accounts. So if 0.5%, I would be aiming for a 1 to 3. And this is 100. So remember, I said we use a price range tool to make calculating this shit easier. So this is basically 100 pips, 200 pips, 300 pips. So my TP, you technically be around 38.65. Now, honestly, I think I'm going to hold it a little bit higher. I'm going to be honest, around 38.90 area I will be aiming for. But for, bro, how did this get in here? But for the TPs, just for the sake of this video, where's the text tool? Here we go. Let me just type this out. Actually, XAUUSD. Sorry. Buy limit 38.35. Stop loss 38. You okay, buddy? What's going on? 38.25. What happened, buddy? I'll take you for a walk right now, okay? TP1, 38.50. TP2 would be 38.65. TP3 would be 38.90. Alright, sweet. The hell, why did I put RP? Alright, sweet. So I put that's there. I'm gonna actually just screenshot this and send it inside my Discord. I don't feel like typing all this out. I'm just lazy as fuck of me. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. To get so much typos on my fingers, bro. Oh, sweet. I don't know if I should share this in the free group. Fuck it. Those that are on from the free group, you got the sauce. They should have joined. You could always rewatch it. But this is my analysis for gold. Do I believe it's going to hit 4,000? 100%. Do I believe it's going to hit 5,000 like some people are saying? People say Bitcoin is going to hit fucking 500K before the end of the year. It's just those kind of things when people say shit like that. But 4,000 is 100% I am sure with. But yeah, use proper risk management. Super important on this trade. And yeah, let's get it, gang.